Okay, we gotta make sure that this microphone's working.
Okay.
So somebody tell us.
Are we working? Where are you? We have 7 people watching. Can anybody hear us? Send us a message. Hey, Tom.
Yay!
Yay! Excellent. Evening all. It's good. Yeah, it's lunchtime, actually. It's, Graham, just down at lunchtime.
Evening for them.
Yeah, evening for you guys. So let's have a look. Let me put my Beverleys on. Let's stand up. We can see. Can we see, Bean? Are you going to be good? Good. Here we go, then. Go on, then. What do you want to know? Tell me something. Loud and clear. That's good. This is a new microphone. I ain't going to touch it.
Well,
Steph's setting it up.
It's not new. It was the same one I had trouble with before, and I didn't realize that sneaky little Jack, the Bean, had pressed this funny little button that you can barely see, and made it go mute. So it was working.
Hey, P. Hello. Yes. I'll tell you what we're going to do. Don't be sticking that ice cream on my back. I want to give a shout out to everybody who's donated the coffees to us. That was absolutely splendid of you. Well chuffed with that. Thank you very much. All appreciated. It really is, isn't it, Bean? Difficult to... What's that?
What's that?
Oh, to balancing work and family. Right then. So here we go.
Sometimes.
Yes, it is, because it's over the road. It's long distance, so it's never going to be easy balancing because you're away for that much of time. But luckily, I work for a good company, and they'll allow for that when I get home. And I say basically how much, within reason, how much time I want to stay at home and how much time I want to be on the road. So that works really well. You know, I say 2 weeks away, minimum of 3 days at home. But saying that, we're on the flowers now, so I did 2 weeks away, and then I've worked. Nice haircut. Thanks.
My mom cut his hair this time. I usually cut his hair, and
yeah, so I did 2 weeks away, came home, and I'm straight on the flowers. But the flowers I do enjoy doing, but it is bloody hard work. It really is. I'm averaging last 2 weeks I've been on them. It's like 4 to 6 hours sleep a night. But I do get home the next day. What it is I'll run out with one from Canada. From Canada back to Eastern Washington, which can be anywhere from 400-mile Seattle or somewhere like that, right over to the other side, and can be a 1,100-mile round trip like the last one I've just done. So because we're running agricultural, which is e-log exempt for so many hours, and then we're empty back, we're getting away with not running the tachograph, basically, or the e-log, whichever way you want to say. So it works in our favor. I get home. The loads are never ready out of Canada, which is about an hour and a half drive from here. Never ready until late afternoon. So I can usually make it home for the morning, the day after. So I get home for the morning, I've got the full day at home. Or as such as last night, I punched it through. I did 900 miles in the day. I left Snock, me, the mountain I can't say. And I managed to get all the way across to 4 drops off and get back home again, 900 miles. You know, it's not an easy day. It's 4 o'clock in the morning till about 9:30 I got home, something like that. So, you know, it is what it is, but I've had a good night's sleep. I'm ready to go again. I've got the full day off today, and I'm leaving on... When are we leaving? We're leaving on Monday, I am.
You are.
Anyway, that's another story. We'll tell you about that story in a minute.
How far from the American border are we?
About an hour, and just over an hour.
Oh, you mean the Canadian border?
Canadian border.
Yeah.
Where in America?
Just about an hour. About
an hour, yeah. Yes. So that's where all the flowers come out of. That's all our flower loads, which is on for 2 months. But I'm deserting the ship. I'm heading down to Florida tomorrow.
I don't think you can change your Irish license for a Canadian one.
No, you can't. No.
I think you still have to
go through your test and everything like that. Your Irish one will be the same as the English one, even if it's a Southern Island or whatever. It'll be just the same. I'm sorry to say you'll have to do it. Cheers. Good luck.
Somebody asked if you thought about have you put more thought into getting your own truck lately?
Yes, a lot, a hell of a lot. And I really should be going
back and forth.
An interview on the way down. Actually, I'm going to call in at Boise and talk to a guy there, a company that my friend works for. The guy who pulled up outside from further upriver, mate of mine. What's his name? Jim. He works for him. He's been working for him over a year, and it sounds very promising there. But still, you know, I do have it pretty well at Anchor Trucking, and so if it was a crap company I work for, I'd be straight onto this buying my own straight away. I'd be there, but basically I run it as though it's my own truck anyway, with the perks of not the worry if I get a blowout, if I need to change the oil, if I need this or need that or anything like that. So I don't know. Kevin
from Gilberdike is asking you if you have to do periodic training. That's how you say it, Gilberdike?
Yeah, Gilberdike, yeah. Kevin, I used to work for Malky, Alan Malcolmson. I know quite a few guys. I know Mooney, I know Roddle, and I know all the guys from Gilberdike and all them, Howard and everybody, if you know any of them guys. AW Tires. Anyway, that was some experience working for Malky. That was fun. Anyway, that's another story.
What's he wants to know? You have to do periodic training.
Yes, no. I didn't. Yeah, everybody else, a majority of people do. It was about $3,000 or something like that.
No. He means like periodic, like every couple of years you have to go.
Oh, no. Once you got your test, it's not like your CPC in England.
Yeah, you just have to keep your medical physical every year.
Every 2 years.
2 years.
2 years. What else? If you reloading.
The difference between the American accent and the Yorkshire is brilliant. Ever have any communication problems?
Okay.
A little bit.
Yeah,
especially over the phone when we're talking to each other. Brennan talks really fast.
So. Especially if my boss doesn't understand a word I say. The old man cannot understand anything I say. He looks at me like I'm vacant, basically, and it's whatever. He understands when I say money, though. Funny that, isn't it?
Pension plan. You have different options. You can do a private retirement fund of your own, or like a 401k, which is usually backed by the company you work for. And then there's also like, Social Security pension, which is like your national insurance.
Yeah. Sleeping Dragon, if I was relocating and driving truck in the USA now, would I have done anything? Is that talking in past tense, I imagine, if I was to do it now? No, basically all the same. Because I've had a lot of experience in England and stuff like that, I wouldn't bother going with the training. Like I say, I was lucky the company I went with. I did drive the truck for a good couple of months. A bit dodgy, but before I actually touched my test, I was driving on my UK license. We didn't know that was... they're slightly frowned upon, so don't do it. But hey ho, nobody told us. So yeah, I'll do it exactly the same as I am now. Maybe if you were to come out as a friend, you didn't have that option with a company, and you could go with them and get because you have to get so many hours in before you can do your test anyway. You can't just fire in and do your test. You've got to have a company that's a reputable company that can say that you've already done, I forget how many hours it is, 50 or 70 or something like that on the road hours before you can actually do your test and stuff like that. So, if you haven't got those, you would have to go with a driving company. You'd have to go with a school or something like that to get them in. Next, what we got? What is 401k? That's your pension.
Eat it.
That's your pension thing that companies offer and things like that. We're in the pipeline at the moment. Our company is sorting one of those out. If you can hand me the case. Hello, Casey, come in. 401k.
I don't think he's listening.
No.
I think they have to listen to you enough during the week. They don't really.
This is my boss who's on about. No, I don't very much. He'd be like, oh, no, and all listening to him. Can't understand him. They ignore me, The company actually ignore me. I'm high maintenance. Life in the US of A. What do you think, Matt? How do you think it is? It's brilliant. I love it. Absolutely love it. When am I going to come to Texas, Tom? I will be in Dallas on Thursday evening.
Yep.
From there, I'm getting a load down to Florida, but I don't know via which way. So if I'm coming down Houston, I will give you a shout. But I've got some Yorkshire tea. Seasonal work just around Washington State. That's the top western side, right up in the western side we are, west coast, best coast, all around there. The neighbouring 2 states as well, and that's about as far as it is down south of Portland and stuff. That's as far as we can really go with the flowers. Oh, but there was a couple of loads last year that were going all the way down to Salt Lake City. But I haven't done any of those. I'm just mainly kick it ass backwards and forwards. I get pretty good money on it. I can earn more doing the local work. Obviously, you work like hell. Than I can going down the road. And it's only 2 months of the year where it's really, really busy.
Someone asked if you were happy with fridge work or would you switch it up in the future?
One of my friends up in Canada does that low loader stuff, and I watched some of his stuff and heard them horror stories, and that doesn't seem for me. I would have liked to do that at one time, but and I've done roping and sheeting back in the past when I was a kid and stuff like that and younger. And now basically, if it doesn't go in the back door of the trailer, it ain't going on my trailer.
How long can you work in America on the seasonal work on temporary visa? We don't know because I don't know.
No, we don't know about that. There is plenty of. You want to talk to Big John? He's a friend of mine. If you look through my friends list on Facebook, you'll find Big John. He's the man to talk to about that. I think you can basically stretch it right through until November or something like that from February. You know, you can really, really stretch it out. It's pretty good deal, is that altogether. I will try and find some more information about it. And I keep saying that, but I've been so busy. And see what I can do. See if they want to help us out, and I'll help them out. You know what I mean? Any of the companies. But I will say, do not pay any company for a visa in America. I keep repeating this, and I still get messages of people saying, this company's promised me a visa in America or Canada, blah, blah, blah. They're going to do it. They want this. Do not pay them.
But that's like weird, shysty companies. But lawyers, though, attorneys.
Yeah, but a normal person, unless they're married to an American, will not.
No, but a lot of people pay an attorney, which is legit.
Look at my test.
I see.
Exactly, but still.
So the attorneys are fine. Lots of people go through an attorney to, or a
shuffle the papers.
What do you call them?
Lawyer.
Solicitors.
Solicitor, lawyer, yeah.
To sort out the visas and whatnot that you need, the paperwork, and turn it in for you. And that's legitimate. But if it's like a different company that's not an attorney, I wouldn't trust it. You're making a mess.
Yeah, so anyway, them companies, there's one down in Texas. I've tried to contact them on several times. They will not answer my emails or anything. So, and I know there is a lot of shies, and so forget them. Do not do the visa that they promised they will to you and stuff like that. You will pay money and you will never get
Tom is asking, how can I find you on Facebook? Vernon has a fan page on Facebook. It's just called We Yorkshiremen Trucking, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If not, just under Vernon Keylock. There's, what would you be? Don't send a friend request because I'm blocked up to my limit on those. You just follow. It's exactly the same because it's all open anyway. What would you be the best trucking show in the USA? I want to do some more truck shows this year. I've only done a few. I've done Chrome 75, which I've just missed again this year. That was a bloody good show. I did that 2 years ago. And that was a nice one. Lots of stuff going on there. I caught the tail end of it. I caught the start last year or year before of IR80 truck stop. That seemed as though it was pretty good, but if not as I think the one down in Florida, the Chrome 75, had more of an atmosphere going on. But I wasn't actually at IR80 for the actual full event, so I can't really tell you. But it is pretty big, is that one. I'd like to do some of the other ones down in Texas and stuff like that have the reversing competitions and all the stuff like that. They look really the dogs to those. So there's quite a few in the pipeline. We'll get to them. So just Google them. They're all there out there. I'll be doing Sturgis again this year. This will be 5th year running, I think, or 6 years, something like that. 5th year running. You're making a mess. Help, Mom! Hi, Craig. What's that one? I ain't got. Yeah, Matt, if I can sort them temporary, if I could see, because, you know, I have been thinking about it as well with the visa. Our flower work is agricultural. So I think there might be something I might be able to look into and could probably... Pardon? I think it's probably something I could maybe get away swing visas for delivering the flower loads, because after the flower loads, we do go on to delivering the berries, fresh berries, to go down to California rather, and that's flat out for about a month or so after that. So that's agricultural again. So you've got the start of the flowers basically, which can drag out for maybe 3 months, and then you're onto the berries for a month and a half or something like that. So there is a good option there. I'm sure there's other stuff we could look into. So I will try and find that, because obviously, as you know, out here there is a huge driver shortage, and it would help everybody out if I could manage to do something there. No, Yorkshire tea is made in Harrogate by Twinings, is it? There you go. Yes, I knew that, and I've got so much of it. I've got lots. Sturges on the River is a good meat. All right, I don't know that one. What best truck show? Temporary visa anymore? Shiny pat? No, but I am. My boss has said. Adrian's out there at the moment. He's just come down to fix one of my lights. I was really pissed that one of my lights weren't working. If one of them aren't working, I may as well turn them all off. I don't like the side lights not working. I'm going down to Crum 75 on the way down to Florida next week, and I'm getting all the polished bean. I'm getting the Wallish. Yes, I'm getting the wheels polished up again, because all the salt's gone now and the snow should have gone and everything like that. And I will be buying some more chrome bits. Thanks, boss. I'm getting more lights put on the trailer. He's asked if I want to put some more lights on, so he's going to put me a load of lights on the new trailer and everything like that. So that's nice. I'm happy about that. See me going through Everson again? Yeah? I'd have been on rushing home. Wouldn't we been? What are you doing? You've been weird. You want to go trucking?
Yeah, I want to go trucking.
He loves it. He really does. Drone footage, yeah, I definitely would, but nobody's buying me enough Yorkshire tea, buying me enough tea, donating for me to afford one. Them bloody things are expensive. We have a child, don't forget. When I have 2 others as well, they're not cheap, going through college and all that stuff, so things are not cheap. So I would like one, yeah. I think it's on the list for Christmas, isn't it, Bean? It's the APU. I'm done with the APU. Absolutely finished. I'm going to do a full video on that. I've fallen out with the salesman. Last I spoke to him a few weeks ago, and I said I'm done with it. Forget it. I don't want to know anymore. So I aren't. I aren't even bothering with it. I said to the boss, "You sort it out. I don't want to know anymore." I've taken it in 24 times now. 24 times over the space of 2 years. It's ran for 60 hours. That's all it's ran for. It's a heap of shit. Do not buy a Carrier APU. Seriously, guys. Anybody out there from America and stuff like that, the electric APU Carrier, do not buy it. It is a bad, bad deal. I still can't find anybody else who has these fitted. That have enjoyed them and had them working properly. They just don't work. They're just shite. They really are. They were thrown together. How do the UK trucks compare to the? It's quite a bit different drive. It really is, and what have you. They don't seem to bounce as much as what your sixers will do, but 3-leggers rather in England and stuff like that. You seem to be more planted on the road. Not so much of the top heavy, because they are a lot lower down. Less blind spots, especially in mine, in the Freightliner. Don't forget, I haven't got a huge, great bonneted one. So you can see quite a lot. Because they're lower down as well, I can see the roofs of cars out the passenger side.
I'm leaving.
And stuff like that. Just do this last one we're going to say about the trip we're doing.
No, you can stay on. I just want to say goodbye.
How do I turn it off?
When
I just try and run away. Hang on, the wife's going out, you see, so she's leaving us home.
When you're done, you just press end stream. See right there.
Okay, that's right. Now we've got this then.
Okay.
All right, see you later.
You be good.
Yeah. Okay.
Say bye, Mum.
Bye.
No, to Mum, not to...
Bye.
Have fun. So, Mother's out there. That's where Home Alone. So, we'll be quad riding. And it is really dirty out there. So, we're going to get so filthy, aren't we, Bean? Look. Yeah, so the European trucks, obviously we've got a lot more, but not a lot more space. Basically, it's only about that much more space in the truck, but it makes the world of difference. Please don't do that. It makes the world of, this is where we lose control now. Anyway, so here's the plan. This is the plan to tell you all about. I'm heading to Florida tomorrow. Yeah, I'm heading to Texas first. Stop doing that, otherwise your tongue will fall out.
Hey, if he gets out of hand, Stephen is home.
All right. Oh, cool. Okay. So stepson's here, so you can look after him. I'm heading down to Texas on tomorrow. I'm loading out of Eastern Washington, so I've got to shoot over there. I've got to wash the back of the trailer out, get all that done, get the load on, tip in Dallas on Friday, pick a load up, and go down to Disneyland. Well, Disneyland or Disney World?
What's that?
Disneyland or Disney World?
Disney World.
Don't take the truck and pick up. Disney World. We're going to Disney World.
I have to.
I need the child seat out the back to fit it in the truck.
I'll take it out really quick.
Thanks.
So
yeah, no, you're not going with it. So yeah, we're going to Disney World, and we've got there for a week. We're going to be down there. So me being a tight Yorkshireman, I asked the boss, "Can you get me a trip down there?" Obviously, don't want to pay to fly down there, and I can pay for the holiday while I'm there. Sure thing. So he's got me a trip down there. Steph and the boy are flying down there, meeting me down there because she's still got all the chickens and other bits, so she can't be away for that long. But she's going to travel back with me and come for a road trip on the way back. And we're probably going to go down to the Keys or something like that. So it's going to be fun. So I'm going to meet them there. We've got the hotel booked and everything like that, and have a full week off in Disneyland. It's really set up well. There's parking for the truck, and everything like that. Do you want to go with Stephen? Stop doing that then. It's really weird. It'll fall off. Yeah, and Mickey Mouse, right? You want to see? I'm going all over it. I'm more excited than what Jack is. I'm so getting excited about going. What quad do I have? I have a Scrambler. It's what is it? I don't know. Scrambler's 550 or something like that. It's cool. There's some videos up on here or Facebook, I think I've done of it. I've got a real good place out the back, straight across the road. My friend lives over there, and he's got a big wooded land and off-road course and everything like that, which is really good. I could go shooting over there as well. See you later, Chris. You used to work in Disney, Tom. It's a horrible company. I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, we've got Mickey Mouse things. We've got all the lot. We really have, haven't we? We've got everything. So what else does anybody want to know? Come on, there must be other things. The weather's brightened up a lot here. Saying that, though, one of ours was stuck only 2 weeks ago in the snow down going through the middle of America, you know. So it hasn't all gone, has it been? Yeah. As you can see, he's going to start getting out of control and hyping up. No, a lot of other people have been sending messages and things like that on private messages, like I answered before, about getting your visas and coming working out here. You cannot not work out here at the moment. It's very, very difficult to get a visa out here if you're not married to an American. And if you are married to an American still, you will be waiting 4 years in Washington State to get your visa. So, 28 degrees in Texas. That's hot. Going hunting this year. Jay, if I get time, yes, I would like to. I ain't got a hunting rifle still yet, but and get some tags and stuff like that. I need to get me a big elk or something. We'll be doing some fishing, definitely. I'm doing something like that. We've got deer that just walk across the yard here, but we're in city limits. I'm just in city limits, so I can't shoot them. If I was over the other side of the road, I'll be able to shoot them, but not. I can go into the woods there and, or just basically there, I'm saying, you can't see, and do them there. Yeah, I go shooting like Matt. I'll be going shooting this afternoon probably when Steph gets back. I'll just take the 45 or something like that and do let a few rounds off. I've got a new target and stuff. So nothing real big. I've got the shotgun as well. But yeah, like I say, I ain't got a hunting rifle. And I haven't got the use of an AK-47 anymore, which I did have before my father-in-law. But he hasn't got anywhere to shoot it, and he lives further down south to us now. Which I'm tossed up whether I'm going to get an AK-47 or an AR-15. I still don't know. I can get an AR-15 built to my own specification for $1,200 here, brand new. So that's pretty good. Thanks, Wolfman. I'm sorry. Should I slow down? I've had a load of tea and coffee this morning, so I get all hyper and jittery. Butcher and freeze the deer. I will be doing. I won't, Matt. Steph will. Steph can field dress and stuff like that. Basically, not many people will do it all themselves. They'll just field dress and then take it to the butcher. So you'll just cut it basically. You'll just basically cut it out in the field, bleed it and shit like that. Get rid of all the innards and stuff. Chuck that out there, and then bring it straight up to the butcher to get sectioned out and stuff like that. There's just about everybody around here does it. I know in England and different places it's like, oh, you go kill a deer or something like that, but it's a normal thing. That's going to feed you with that meat all through the winter and the lot. You know, you can get a lot off a big elk or something like that, and it does keep all the population down. You know, it does keep them down. Otherwise, like in England, right, Hornsey, where I used to live, there was a shitload of the things running about all over the place. They're bloody dangerous. You know, they need culling. They really do. You can't just keep letting them go. They're like rabbits. They'll just breed all over. And it's not free food. You've got to pay for your tag to kill one, you know. So they keep an eye on how many he's got and what you're allowed. You can't just go out there with an Uzi and blow away as whatever you want. You know, there is quite strict rules. And there is people checking on all these rules and stuff like that. Don't think you can just go gun swinging and shoot whatever. You can't have a doe in season. You can have your doe. You can't have your buck, or the other way around. I forget now. And only like one each. You can still shoot the bear as well, the wolf and stuff. But there ain't many people doing that now. There is and there isn't, you know. But your bear, you still got to help. They still need culling. You still got a lot of them, and people think, oh, nice bear, kill it. But you know, they still need to keep them down. Good old bear. Yeah, shoot and eat it, Matt. That's it. You know, we aren't going to waste it. I hate to see something dead on the road. Absolutely hate it, because I think that's such a waste. Really is. It don't matter what it is, but if it's something dead and you're eating it and you're killing it too, right? You know, bring it all the time. I imagine you did, Tom. There's I'd like to go as I go over Montana and places like that, and just getting into South Dakota, Wyoming, right top corner there. I think I've met quite a good trackers up there and stuff, and that looks some bloody good country up there to go trapping and tracking rather and stuff like that.
Who's in the picture here?
Yeah, you're in the picture. Cheers, Craig. See you later. Take care. Yeah, I'm going to have to go as well soon, because I've got to come and fire some questions in quick. Because I've got to go and help Adrian sort these lights out on my truck, because I want to get them working before I head down. I can't head into Crow. Adrian's, I know he's got my lights going now. Those ones are all working. I can't turn up at Chrome 75 shop down in Florida with all the lights not working, or one of the lights working. That's even worse, isn't it? You know what I mean? So we have to have it looking all pretty for that. It's going to be, we don't know on this next video. She's put that one up now, which was just a short one, an hour one. I think that's the full extent of that one. There is another New York one to come out when I walk about New York. That will be coming on after we get back from Florida, because we might just do a daily thing of Florida each day as we go on and stuff like that, and let you know how we're doing. So it's obviously it's courteous of Anchor Trucking working holidays. You got to make jobs what you make it, as I always say. It's still a big problem. Andy, me, Steph, and quite a few other people now have had the vaccine and stuff like that. It is still a big problem, but a lot of people are just like getting on with it. You know, they're whatever kind of thing. all my company, all the guys in the office and everything like that have all basically had it. The old man, the lot, and they just had flu and stuff like that. I know it affects people a lot differently and stuff, but they just basically shrugged it off and stuff. But so yeah, it's big out here in pockets and places, but it is slowly. Everybody's out. Everybody can still sit at the bars now, and restaurants are all open. Everything's running. You know, nothing's closed down. It didn't really that much, only for a little while, but. Matt, what hunting rifle would I go for? I'd go for something basically. I aren't going to spend a fortune. I'll go to Walmart. It sounds a bit daft, doesn't it? While I'm grocery shopping, I'll probably get some cheap bolt action. I don't want to spend a hell of a lot of money on something that I might not stick at or something like that. So I won't be. And apparently, I can get my camouflage and everything for that from Walmart as well, so it's not too expensive. My father-in-law's giving me a load of stuff because he ain't going anymore. Don't touch that. So don't, please. I'll get Stephen. So yeah, I won't be spending a fortune. Well, let you know. We'll keep you filled in on all that. Oh no, Master, no, Matt. So yeah, we're all vaccinated. That's why we're going on the holiday. That's the part. Like Steph is really, fed up. She's been stuck in all this time and stuff like that. Because I don't know if I explained a lot. She's got a low immune system, very low. So if she had a cottage, she probably would have died. But so we had to be really careful. She couldn't go out or anything like that. Yeah, Rhodes, Derek Rhodes. Yes, I know Derek. Yes, I know Derek very well. Yeah, he's a good friend of mine. I've known him for a lot of years. Don't touch that, please. Which part of no, don't touch didn't you get? Should we get Stephen? God, he's so much like me. He really is. He can start the truck. Go start the truck. Go see Adrian. Why don't American trailers have reversing lights? Because we usually stop when we hear something. Boop. Give it a little love tap. I don't know. I'm getting some fitted. I'm getting lots of lights fitted. There's going to be so many lights on it. It's going to be like Blackpool, but the illuminations on that trailer. I'm just telling Adrian now that what I want doing to it. Good evening, Tom. A Bren. No, maybe not. It's like you can still buy the Berettas and things like that. And it's just like, why would you want one of them? That's silly. Sunny Island of Wight. I used to go Isle of Wight. Red Funnel Ferry. I used to go across on that. You've got that funny rolling bridge thing that goes on a chain, like a pontoon bridge thing. I got stuck on there in rush hour traffic. Really upset everybody for 2 hours with a beaver tail truck. I was popular. Not back in the day. What else? What other questions? South Africa. Oh, I missed that one. That one's gone. I don't know if I can go back. Can I go back? No, I can't go back. Oops, sorry. Most expensive ferry in the world. What, the Red Funnel? I used to think that was fun, that. That was before I started international. I thought I was like the kiddie in my little Avico Fiat thing, 4-cylinder thing with a caravan on the back. What else have we got? What's the longest you've been away on a trip? The longest I've ever been away on a trip in Europe was probably 2 months or something. I think I stayed away when I was living in Spain. And the longest I've been away in the wrong feet. Your shoes are on the wrong feet. The longest I've... Yeah, the wrong one, the wrong way around. He's got his flip-flops. We've got all sorting out all the holiday stuff and that. The longest I've been away over here was when Steph comes with me. When Steph and Jack come with me, she thinks it's a holiday. So luckily, like I said, the company are pretty good. And the loads we bring back out of Florida, hang on a minute. There's no super rush to get to Canada. There is in reason, so we can take it steady. So I think it was 3 weeks or something like that, the longest I've been away. As a rule, it's no more than 2 weeks. I'm like 12, 14 days, something like that tops. That's the normal one. And then I'll have 3 days off when I get home after that one. But just lately, I haven't done a long trip, apart from the New York. But because of COVID, I was running E-Log exempt coming back, so I wasn't having to run my 34s or anything. So I was just kicking it ass straight home, which has been pretty good. Home of Worcestershire sauce. Very good. We love that stuff. We can get that here. Disney World. I don't think they'd like that if I was to shoot Bambi in Disney World. And people over in America don't knock them out and things. I think that's frowned upon. No, I'll do some filming with the hunting. That'll upset a lot of people, I know. Vegans and your what is it? Them pale faced people, non-meat eaters. What do you call them? What do you call vegetarians? That's them people. Worcestershire sauce is popular in America. Yes, it's popular worldwide. It really is. We're going off track. Don't we have any trucking questions for America? I'm Murray from Kent there, born in South Africa. You're a long way from home. Winchester 243. Yeah, but that'll be Winchester comes with a price as well. That's loud. What? Now they're on the right feet. Good job. Yeah, that's the thing with which rifle to get. I don't want to cause a big old mess as the bullet comes out the other side. Go see Adrian then. Vegetarian. Yeah, I ain't got a lot of time for that veggie malarkey and stuff like that. I'm sorry, but each to their own. If that's how you feel. How do I manage Pete driving on the wrong side of the road? I drove in Europe. I've been driving in Europe for a lot of years. So driving on the other side of the road isn't really a problem. Hasn't been a problem to me. I've been halfway around the world now as well, so I have got quite a bit of experience. At first, it is difficult. Obviously, when I can remember the first time I did it, you come out of junctions and things like that on the wrong side or something. It's a bit awkward. But I lived in Spain as well for 10 years, so I was driving a left hooker there as well, obviously. It's actually when you first start driving abroad, I find it's easier to drive a right-hand drive vehicle on the opposite side of the road than drive a left-hand drive one. All you got to remember then is keep yourself to the curb. You come off a junction, a roundabout, anywhere, keep yourself against the curb. What's the penalties for speeding? Kevin, I got one of those the other day. It was Jack's fault. He was telling me to go fast in the pickup. And we got one it was $100, but your insurance goes up. That's the big thing. My insurance has gone up $20 a month for my speeding ticket, and it'll be like that for a year. The wife had a fit. The fine is nothing. The wife having a screaming hissy fit on me because she was in the car as well when I got stopped was far, far worse than the actual fine. And so the police are really good. When they stop you, they don't give you a finger beating like in England. Oh, you do realise what you could have done? You could have massacred 1,000 school children or something. Jack, please, Stephen. And he's having a hissy fit because he can't go outside. How do you rate American? Yeah, so they don't have a hissy fit. It's basically, there's your ticket, there you go. I got stopped for speeding when I first started out here on the reservation, Indian reservation, over in Montana. Going through Montana, up on the Crow reservation there, going through. That was a $40 or $50 fine for 10 mile an hour over. And he was like, super cool was the copper. I couldn't believe it. I was all the apologetic and all that stuff. And he's like, don't worry about it. You go over the speed a little bit. It keeps me in a job. You pay a little bit fine. He said, it's only $50. He said, happy days. And then he said, after he gave me paperwork back, he said, I should do a full check, but I can't be bothered. He said, it's a nice day. He said, just watch the road down there. It's a bit bumpy. They've got some construction going on down there. You have a nice day now. I'm like, $50 ticket. $50 ticket. But like I say, the insurance does knock up effect on the insurance. It really bumps your insurance up. So I find at first I used to drive over the speed limits quite a bit. I was, always 5 over, 6 over, 10 over, and shit like that. Now I'm basically on the speed limit. There's no point in pushing that. You keep prodding the stick in it, so it's going to get bitten in the end. You know what I'm saying? Speed limits are 70 mile an hour now in Montana for the truck. For the truck, it's 70 mile an hour. It's 80 mile an hour through South Dakota and through the middle of some of the big parts through New Mexico and places like that. Utah, 80 mile an hour. You don't want to be going over for that anyway. It's quite fast enough. So you don't have to go over it, Yeah, the speed beat, it is a lot to do with the speed. It does get a bit of getting used to the fast speed over here. People do drive fast, a lot faster than in Europe, I find. But you got, big place. You got to keep it lit. You got a long way to go. It's 3,500 miles to get from my side down to the other side. So, it's not close by. You're pottering along at 55. You ain't going to get there for a long time. I can do it from the Keys, right, the top of the Keys. I can do it all the way back up here in 4.5 days. But you've got to keep it lit. And that's doing 10, 11-hour days. You got to keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep on them speed limits. So you got to be doing 650, 700-mile days. Otherwise, you're going to do it. Swings and roundabouts. It's pretty easy to do 600 miles a day. Once you start trying to get that extra little bit over the top, it does get a bit difficult. You can't be stopping all the time and stuff like that. But I enjoy it, Yeah, Pete. Because of the lane junctions as well, I find that the traffic doesn't slow down as much. We've got a lot more junctions and things like that leading off, and I find over here compared to Europe, because your junctions are a lot bigger, and you've got 2 junctions coming off the freeway, the motorway, whatever you want to call it, and carrying on round rather than going down into one lane. That's where the hold up and the snarl up, and it all backs onto the motorways and freeways and stuff like that. Whereas here, it'll just carry on round. There's a lot more space and stuff. And the mannerism of the driving over here, there is not a lot of lane dodging and lane switching and stuff like that. People basically, as a rule of thumb, will stick in one lane and just light it up and stick there. So that helps a lot. I really do. Tom's mum used to get speeding tickets in a Cadillac. How long ago was that, Tom? If that was back in the 55 mile an hour day, I can imagine that. Don't forget, everywhere in America used to be 55 mile an hour. Absolutely ridiculous speed limits, I'll say. But no, now, well, they've only just put Montana up for trucks. And I think they're on about another state putting it up as well now and stuff. So, trucks have got a lot better. Brakes have got a lot better. Well, on some of them. I'm still on drums all around, but they work bloody well. They work well. They work well. They don't work as good as the disc brakes, I'll say, on my European truck. They definitely don't work as good as that. But they work. They're good. We're only running at 47-ton maximum English, so it's not super heavy. You know what I mean? Sorry, I didn't have a bigger Union Jack. We've only got the smaller one and what have you. But I am in America, so I'm sorry. Tom, she died in 2000. Yeah, so she will have been the driving at 55 mile an hour then. I can imagine I would have got shitloads of tickets at that speed. They're trying to get speed limiters put on the trucks at the moment out here. They've been pushing for a few years trying to do it. Hopefully, they'll never get it because then it will cause problems. Because at the moment, still, through the middle, you've got a lot of twin track roads. So that means you've got, you'll get, all the big companies are governed. They're all restricted. Don't think everybody's not restricted. There isn't many anymore that are restricted. I'm restricted to 80 mile an hour. But a lot of the big companies, Swift are 868, Maze are 61 or 62 or something ridiculous. How they do coast to coast in those, I don't know. See, I think governed trucks are dangerous, bloody dangerous, because the guys running across coast to coast through the deserts and stuff like that, they're stuck on their limiter. They're the ones who are messing with the phone. They're the ones who are distracted. They're the ones who are falling asleep because of fatigue and stuff like that. I very, very rarely get fatigue or anything, because if I'm lighting that truck up, bear in mind I'm company driver, that fuel going in. Obviously, I do take into consideration. I try to save back on the fuel, but I'm a company driver. I'm paid by the mile. It's my incentive to do more miles to get paid more money. So if I was my owner operator, I would slow down. Obviously, I wouldn't be going over 70 mile an hour and stuff like that. Whereas, you know, I've heard a lot of companies, I drive it the same as I was an owner operator. Bullshit. Company drivers don't drive the same as an owner operator. Never gonna, never will. So that's my rant on that. Yeah, if you got two people from company drivers, Swift or England or something like that, and they're all restricted at the same speed, you will get the same as in England. You'll get them both sat there for ages. None of them will give up or anything. It's quite frustrating when you sat behind them and you're thinking, come on, just get out the way and let's get on with this. So if they governed every truck in America, you imagine the shit that would be going down. You would have lines and lines, because the majority of all the roads that run east to west, north to south, and stuff like that are only twin track. It's only around the cities you've got 3, 4, 5 lanes. All the rest are just twin track. So, you know, you're going to get two guys sat there for a lot longer, a lot more people. Hello from Blackpool. I need to take the wife to Blackpool Illuminations. She hasn't seen those. Yeah, we're thinking Will of T-shirts. The wife's meant to be on with that. We've just been really busy. She's planting at the moment all these seeds which grows all her own vegetables and stuff like that, and we've got more chickens, and oh my god, there's an array of malarkey out there. That's not mine. I drive the truck. Yeah, she did just that bit. What's the biggest haulage company in America, Matt? The biggest haulage company in America. I'm not sure if it's Schneider now. Schneider, I want to say Schneider, or it could be England, because England also own a couple of other companies as well. So it's either England or Schneider, one of them. Somebody will correct me on it. I'm probably totally wrong. And they're huge. They are huge. You know, these companies are something else. Did you ever get so sick when you're out on the road? What do you mean, Darren? Did I ever get like ill or anything like that? No, touch wood, I've always been all right, or sick. I don't know what you mean by that. No, I haven't been sick on the road anyway. I've had many a hangover when I was in Spain on the road, if you can call that sick. Self-made. Yeah, but, you know, you say that about the putting limiters on trucks in England. It killed it. I was there before limiters driving in England and Europe. My Spanish wagon was the first one when I was out there in the early 90s that got a restrictor put on it, governor put on it. It was like, whoa, nobody told me. I set off in the morning. But we messed with them and took them off in the first few years. The one wasn't that strict. But in England, yes, it was a thing that needed to be done, really. I was one of the world's worst, basically. I was doing 70 mile an hour up and down the road, which wasn't too bad in the 80s and stuff like that. The traffic wasn't too bad, but now you think it's just there's too much congestion. The problem in Europe and England is the congestion. There's too many vehicles on the road. That's basically it. And the roads are made for it. Definitely, I would like to see the speed limits lifted if you're heading down through France and into Spain or right down the bottom of Italy or something like that. But can you imagine around Milan if there was no governors on trucks or somewhere like that? Seriously, think about it. I am just saying about Italians, but man, that would be an absolute nightmare. Stephen, are you out the back door? All right. I've just heard my back door go. That was all. I didn't want Jack wandering out there, letting the dog out like he does. Nothing. I'm telling myself. Are there companies in America you should avoid as a truck driver? Well, yes, obviously there's good and bad all over the place. A lot of them promise all sorts of things and there's no delivery really at the end of the day. But you just have to do your research. You really, the largest company, Google is saying it's UPS. Yes, probably because they've got the little fingers in all sorts of pies, aren't they, UPS? So Bob's saying large, according to Google, is UPS. I can probably believe that, yeah. I think a lot of the big companies as well, it doesn't, You'll hear some bad stories of some of your big companies and things like that. But don't forget these big companies, it all depends on your dispatcher. If you get a shitty dispatcher who's going to mess you about and some student little spotty twat who's fresh out of college and he's giving you the loads off the load board and he isn't really got a clue what he's doing, somebody's going to badmouth that company and they're going to say it's not the company, it's your what do you call them, planners or something now. Fucking planner. This is here. I'm going to go into a rant now. Don't get me on this planner. I'd never heard of this planner thing till I moved out here. Excuse me. And people are telling me about these planners. And I'm like, what the fuck is a planner? A planner. And then somebody explained to me, it's a person who plans your route out and tells you where to go. And I'm like, what? Somebody tells you where to go? Yeah, they tell you where to go and how much fuel to put in and where to stop. And I'm like, a planner? Somebody tells you where to drive the truck, and no, for me. I think that would cause problems. I think that'd cause terrible problems. What do I think of Prime? Now then, a lot of people talk bad about Prime. They talk bad about Swift and stuff like that because they have a huge amount of trucks. They're going to have a lot more accidents and things like that than the other companies. And there's always somebody ready there with a phone, with a camera, boom, and they're going to put it on Facebook, YouTube, whatever, about how bad they did. So there's going to be more accidents. You're going to see them more. You're going to, so they've got high profile, I'm basically saying. Prime, I think, are pretty well looked after. They have a pretty good leasing contract with them, lease to buy, and they have pretty good deals going on, People are earning some good money. Teamwork on there. They're earning some serious cash, them guys. You know what I mean? But you will work for it. You'll be doing 6,000 miles, 5,000 miles a week and stuff like that, then running night and day. So the swap and drop a lot of the loads as well. So you're not messing about with another trailer or anything like that or waiting to get unloaded. So you're buying fuel a lot cheaper because they've got that many wagons. You're using their fuel cards and things like that. So Prime, I would say, if you want to run at 64 mile an hour, that's because don't forget, because you're running under their operator's license, basically, their DOT. You're very strict under their control, so you have to have the truck restricted to 64 mile an hour. So if you're happy like that, happy days. No, it's on the right. The glass. What that has to do with anything, I don't know. Hi, John, Hampshire. Thank you. I'm glad you like the truck. Hello from Bonnie, Scotland, Jimmy. Yes. So big companies such as Swift as well. I do. Like people say, young drivers over here starting out anywhere in the world, I will say, if you're just starting out as a truck driver, definitely go to one of the big companies. Go to Stobart, go to one of them. You'll hear all your old guys and your stuff on the Facebook forums and things like that, slagging them all off and all the things. But no, you've got brand new tackle there. You've got somebody who's going to train you. They're going to show you the ropes. They're going to, I don't think you can go wrong, really, with a big company. They're going to teach you. You're going to pay a price. You won't be paid maybe straight off the bat as much as you would be paid if you went some dodgy side street and went straight out on the road. But I really 100% advise going with a big company when you first start out. They're going to pay. You're going to get paid for doing your training, for God's sake. Where else can you do that unless you want to pay out your own back pocket? So it is a good thing. It'll give you a jump start, head start. Don't forget, over here, though, they will probably want a 2-year contract out here. So you'll be paying for 2 years. And you're going to be down like 38 cents a mile, 42s. So they're going to get the money out of you. But if you're a young kid and you're just starting, you've got no mortgage over your head, hey, happy days, fill your boots, get in there. Really, really, truly, get it in there. You don't have to stay there after the 2 years. Your money will go up, once you've paid that back, that thing. So work it out. How much experience you've got, how much it's going to cost you to get training, $3,000, $5,000, $4,000, whatever. Then there isn't a lot. Don't forget as well, it's okay if you've got that money to put in to do your training here, Europe, England, wherever you are. You've still, when you come out of that training, there isn't a lot of companies that are going to take you on because their insurance purposes, they can't. because their insurance companies won't cover you unless you've got 2 years experience, which is a catch-22. I know it's a horrible thing, but I aren't being funny. I wouldn't, if I had like 160 grand trucks outside plus my 100 plus a trailer or whatever, I wouldn't want somebody fresh out of school driving it. I'm sorry that sounds harsh and everything like that. You might be the best driver ever. You might have driven a tractor around the farm and shit like that. I know how fast a John Deere goes. But at the end of the day, you're out there. You've got to dodge other people. You've got to look for other people and stuff like that. I wouldn't, if I had my own company, I couldn't. You can't afford it. And the insurance companies won't touch you. But such as big companies, they insure themselves. So they can afford to insure people like the likes of fresh out of school because they've trained them. So, yeah, that's the way to go. I'm working nights for an Irish company and deal with the Irish and have no problem with them. All this night's work, most drops. So that's nice. Nice to hear. Well done, Bob. Happy driver, happy trucker. That's it. That's what I say, Wolfman. Start off. You don't have to stay there, but or anything. If you start with one of the Prime or anything like that, they are a grand company. I don't think I've spoke to one Prime driver that's not happy about being there. You know, to be fair, I've spoke to Swift drivers. You know what I'm like. I'm a social butterfly. I will talk to anybody, and I like to chat and get out there and hear people's stories. I love hearing the stories, and there's a lot of happy drivers over here. There really is. You're always going to get the moaning Annie or will slag the job off and get on Facebook and they've been doing the job fucking 40 years. Oh, I hate the job and things like this. Well, you're the dumbass, aren't you? You're the prick who stayed in the job for 40 years and then slagged it off for the last 22 years. Oh, it's not like it used to be. Fuck off and get another job then, prick. Honestly, I haven't got any time for them. Let's not get in there. They wind me up. They really do. I just can't understand why somebody would stay in a job for 40 goddamn years and then say it's the worst job in the world. You don't want to do it. Okay, the job's what you make it. What's the oldest you can be to get your HGV license in America? Peter is asking. And do they come in training courses or would I... No, I've got a fly around my fruit fly because he's left this. No, your UK license, you cannot drive on a UK license. I hiccuped and did, but I didn't realise. Anyway, well, I really shouldn't get into that. I might be liable. I didn't really drive on my UK license, honest officer. It's only for the camera I said that. Please, move on. I don't know what the oldest, Peter, Pete, you have to... you can do your CDL, HGV, CDL it's called here. My boss is 70, God knows how old. I think he stopped counting the birthdays now. He's just had one. 76 or something like that. He's still driving. He's still getting out there. You know, I speak to a lot to old ones. Yeah, anyway, going back to the run. Old drivers out here. A lot of happy drivers I speak to. Very content. Working for the big companies as well, Swift and all stuff like that. And I didn't seem to get that as much as I did in Europe. There's a lot of unhappy drivers, it seemed, in Europe. But like I've said before, the job is what you make it. You know, it really is. It can be hard. It can be easy. The choice is yours, really is. You've got to give and take with it. There's good days and bad days. If you pass your test, 29. Yes, Bob, you can. You gain experience. Every day's a learning day. I've been driving for 34 years now, and you still learn things as you go along. You really do. Driving truck, that is, for 34 years. There's no young... There isn't any young'uns, Matt. That's true. There is a big problem, because a lot of it I blame on them old bastards that are all shouting and dissing the job. And say, don't want to do, oh, son, you don't want to do this. This was a worst career I did. They've got a nice house. They've got 2 cars. They go on holiday twice a year. And they blame the job for being shit. And you think, seriously? Seriously? Don't forget as well, Era, you're really going to get me in the rant now. You do a 3-week training course. 3 fucking weeks to become a CDL or an HGV driver. It's same over here. It's same in Europe. It's same everywhere. It can take you 3 weeks training. And you can be out on the road. in a 150 grand truck, whatever, 200 grand fucking yoke, 300 grand altogether. You can be booing down the road. Hey, look at me, happy days. And you can be earning up to 1,500. We'll put it in reason. You can earn over here about $1,500 a week if you go. 1,500, maybe a bit more. You'll hear all the other companies saying, there's some drivers saying, oh, I'm earning fucking 2,000, 3,000. Fuck off. No, you're not. Not as a company driver. So, and like in England, you hear the £1,000 a week drivers and stuff like that. Anyway, you're gonna earn for 3 weeks training. Don't forget, you can earn. Say in England, you'll 600 easy, 650 Monday to Friday. I used to earn 650 Monday to Friday, 650. You've only trained. Don't forget, for 3 weeks. What kind of industry can you get into after doing a training career for 3 weeks to earn 650 take home in your pocket? No, you can't. I hear it compared to all the time. You can paid more an hour for stacking shelves in Costco, in Sainsbury's, Costco's. Well, fucking stack shelves for 70 hours then. See how you feel after that, dumbass? Because you are. It's a load of bullshit. You cannot compare your hourly rate. Half the time, you just sat on your ass and waiting to get loaded and stuff like that. So, it's part and parcel of the job. I think it's a pretty good paid job for what the training you've got. Well, Tom, you need to be back on the road, and I hope you are. At 77. There's plenty of life left in you, yard bugger. Get back on that road and get in a truck. The industry needs you. It was better in my day. Bet you. Matty, don't. Yo, Matt. Are you from America or are you from England? Matt, why? Because old drivers over here, they moan like mad about the automatics. My stepfather-in-law, he drives a construction truck. And he was seriously panicking about getting his new truck. He's got a Mack with an automatic, and he was obviously been in stick shift manuals all his life, and that driven construction all his life. And he was seriously worried. I'd go out and have up there a drink with him, and he's on about I don't know about this automatic. They hate the change. People hate change. That's the problem as well. And the old timers are definitely not liking the automatics. They're not. But I tell you what, a month into the automatic, and he was trained in it as well. So he got trained, and that was a big thing. This guy's, no young guy trying to train an older guy how to drive a truck. I pity the poor instructor, because it's like trying to teach an old dog new tricks kind of thing. A lot of them don't want to listen. I know how to drive a truck. I know it, and they won't give it time. The main thing is that with the automatic is learning how to drive it in manual. Learn how to drive it in manual and keep driving it in manual now and then, so you get used to it when you need to drive it in manual. He absolutely loves that auto now, would never, ever go back to a stick shift ever again in his life. He loves it. He knows he can play all the tunes on it and do all the lot. He don't get stuck. He can go off-road, and, he knows what he's doing with it. So, yeah, it's just getting him to getting him in it, getting him teach how to change. And then I find the majority of the old guys who go in the autos now love them. They really do. My boss was the same. All the same. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you for liking it. That's really cool. Been driving for Bob's been driving since '84. First salary he had to. Now, it hasn't gone up a lot. You're $14.50 an hour. There you go. Bob's on a cracking deal there. It's bloody good money, is that? $14.50 an hour. Yeah, there's Matthew delivers for Tesco's. He loves it, laid back. But live to drive and live in America, yeah. As well, people slag the job off and say about being away from home and stuff like that. That really bothers my piss as well when people say about that. There's plenty of other jobs in the industry. Just because you're going away and staying away too long, change your fucking job. Get a job driving an IAB or get a job FedEx. There's a FedEx truck. Do something different. There's plenty of other things to the job. And then, oh, I couldn't do multi-drop. Oh, no, well, fuck off, lazy twat then, you know. To carry on with your long haul and stay away and keep moaning about it in your cab on a night, rocking in the back. Where in Yorkshire am I from? I'm from sunny Hornsea, East Coast. I'm sorry you can't drive anymore, Tom. I really am. That must be an absolute bummer. That's the thing that worries me, you know, having to retire as well. Really does. Well, fire quick. The questions have stopped, otherwise I'm out of here. You've had an hour. I've got to get that truck ready. I've got to get the child seat in, ready for the road trip. I've got to take the carpets out the truck. Not having my carpets in the truck on a road trip with a 3.5-year-old toddler and the wife, not going to happen. Not going to happen, I'll tell you. So we'll have to de-child the truck, move everything out of his little grabby fingers. 70 drops a day with a red. Wow. That is going some, that. 70 drops a day. Shit. We do have potholes. Robbie, some of the roads over the east side, man, they are a nightmare. They really, really are bad. Well, where's that that's disappearing away? Somebody's doing, they've disappeared. We're doing their HGV. When are you doing it? Next year. License next year. Good luck to you, buddy. I hope it all works out to you. Stick at it. Read the book before you test. Get that book. Read that book. The highway code, all that shit. Get it drummed into your head. Don't mess about with that. I failed mine 3 times here. The written test. The theory thing. I failed it 3 times. I've been driving for 32 goddamn years and I failed that 3 times. It's like, the guy said to me, he said on my second or third, he said, what did you do before you came to America? I said, I'm a truck driver. How many years? I'm like, oh, God, head down and walked out. He said, you need to read this book. You need to read this book. Some of the questions you think are totally wrong, but you've got to answer them the way they want to hear them. So read the book, do the homework before you do a test. Read up on it. Know the parts of the truck. Know the parts. Know the airlines. Know the compressor. Know the brakes. Know the shit like that, how they work. You know, it's all handy stuff. It really is. When is the next New York video? Bob, that will be probably not until we've have to come back from Florida. So it's going to be about 2-3 weeks or something like that, unless she throws it in before. I didn't want to do 2 New Yorks back to back. So that's why. But there's some quite good stuff in that one. There really is. Fancy Pants Peterbilt and all sorts of shit around New York and stuff. What's that you did? DPD, sorry. It's absolute nightmare. I rocked in after a week with them. So that's it. You know, if you don't like the company and it's shit like that, fuck them off. There's plenty of other companies out there. I'll appreciate you. Don't stick in the same company moaning about it. See if you can change it. Talk to the bosses. If there's going to be no change or anything, just like, I'm out of here. Like I say, there's hundreds of drives out there. Do never, ever, ever in the industry. And I always repeatedly, there's another one. Vernon, advice. Do not slag and slam the door on a company when you leave the company. Don't have a rear up. Don't drop the fucking trailer on its knees or anything like that. That is a big no-no. It's going to do you no favors at all. Just quietly leave. Your name will get around the industry. If you're somewhere in Hull or something like that, all them transport companies know each other. You know, Hull's a pretty big town, but still, Leeds will be the same. Doncaster, all of those, they'll all know each other. You have a rear up. You do something shitty at that company when you leave and slag them off, you're going to have trouble getting another job somewhere else. Just leave, bite your tongue, get out of there, and start on with somebody else. Yes, she does. Thank you, Bob. She does a grand job because I can't do that shit. You've seen at the beginning when I was doing videos, it was like, oh, that. It was all over the place. Bits for the truck. What next for the bits for the truck? I want one of those. Well, here's the deal. You know the argument with the Moose Guard, the bull bar. I really wanted a bull bar. Well, my boss absolutely despises them. He thinks they're so ugly. He really does. He thinks they're ugliest thing going. So we come to a deal. Well, he come to a deal the other day with me. He pulled me aside. I was in the yard. There was just me and him. He said, Vernon, look. He said, I was watching you. He was uploading one in Canada as well. We were both waiting to clear customs in the compound at the top of Canada before you drop back into America. And mine had cleared and I shut off. It was nighttime, put my lights on. He said, your truck looks brilliant with all the lights. And don't forget, I've just been given a new trailer as well. So I've got brand new trailer. And he says, you haven't got enough lights on this trailer. He said, if basically we forget about the deer guard. He said, I hate all that stuff on the front, the deer guard and that. What about if I put you some more lights on? He said, wherever you want to get it done, get the lights put on. I'll pay for it and put the so. That's the deal. It's going to be lit up like, I don't know if you're from America or England. It's going to be lit up like Blackpool illuminations. It really is. I can see you, Bean. You've been naughty. The Bean's been naughty. So, yeah, it's going to be new lights. And I tell you what I want. I want one of those bug spoiler on the front. So, Chrome Shop 75 on the way down to Florida or down to the Keys if we're loading out the Keys or somewhere like that. That'll be a stop off when the family are with me next week. So, we'll be doing some shopping. Like shopping on the company. It always makes feel grand. And plus the wheels will be getting polished up, which is a cool place to get it done. Chrome 75 shop, getting the wheels all chromed up there. I'll be doing videos from there. That's the best place in the world. They do a super job as well. I got it done last year. If you remember, saw the videos. Thanks all for loving the videos, liking the videos. Thank you all. I just got them. I've got family in home. Is that in Homestead, Paul? Do you mean down in the Keys? Yeah, I got them done last time. The wheels repolished up in Laredo, down in New Mexico, was it? Not Laredo, Texas. And he did an ish job, but I've seen them at Chrome 75 there. They will take all the wheel nuts off. They'll get right behind them and everything like that. They make twice as good a job, so I'll be going there. A bit more pricey, but company pay. So, well, obviously I'll keep it down. Honest boss, but we'll try not to spend too much. When is the next time you're going to be staying in Leeds? We'd love to meet up. We've still got flight credit out of Canada, because we fly out of Canada because it's closer for us than fly down out of Seattle, and it's cheaper. But at the moment, the border's only shut for it's only open for essential travel, so we can't get over there to get the flight out into England until they open the border. So until that happens, we can't come in across, are we? And we've got this holiday booked, so we will as soon as they open the border. Probably back end of the year now. I was hoping to make Peterborough Truck Fest, but I can't see that happening now. I don't think it's going to be this year. The premium tyres changed, yeah. Murray, you know, I did slag them off and everything like that, but maybe I shouldn't have done. Maybe I should have given them a chance. And to be fair, I haven't been stuck in the snow. I had one, that's in my face. I did get a little bit stuck on one on one car park and stuff getting out of that. And I've been on some really bad weather this year. The winter's been super hard this year. Even though I've only managed to sling chains only the once, luckily, I got away with it. But I think that was a lot to do with reading the weather a lot more, watching the weather. A guy in England, Andrew, watches the weather for me and gives me reports, and so does Richard over here all the time. And getting over mountain passes before the weather hit in hard was one of the big things that was keeping me ahead of the weather. So I played it a lot better this year. But I have been running a lot longer on snow and stuff like that and ice, whereas that's clever. Sorry, so distracted in it. He's so me. He's such a attention seeker. Ow. So yeah, the tyres have held up pretty well, to be fair. The front end I only let out once the other day in the wet, which was surprising. But it could have been some grease on the road or something like that. So yeah, they're doing okay. Yeah, I'd love to get. I still like all European stuff and trucks like that. You answer one of the questions, Bean. Say hi to Terry. Terry's saying hi. Right, I think we're. Oh, hi, pal. Tip Detroit in the morning, load Chicago, over to Seattle. Happy days, Kevin. Yes, that's I did Detroit and what have you, Chicago quite a lot last year and stuff. That was it's good over there. I enjoy it. I like just outside of Detroit, the Van Buren, Costco, Van Buren. Brilliant tip. Really is a good place if you get there. I like that one, and I like Detroit. I've done a couple of walk rounds Detroit. And no problems or anything. I've stayed on 8 Mile as well. And I've even been into, I got my truck and parked it down in M&M's trailer park. Quickly, got the picture and got the shot out of there before I got shot. Be up at 4. Matty, take care. Have a good week. Yeah, I'll be doing the Coca-Cola next year. Yeah, we're done, I think. Matt saying hi. Say hi, Matt.
Hi, Matt.
How old are you?
20 big.
Eh?
20 big.
Jerry, how old are you? 3, yeah.
Yeah, 3.
He's 3, yeah. Yeah, he's a top kid. Any Scania trucks over there? Apparently, there's a couple over on the East Coast. I've only seen 1 or 2, I think. I saw a bullnose one over East Coast. There's a guy out of Canada who runs 3 or 4. I personally can't understand why he would do that. I don't get it because of, cost of parts and maintaining and different things like that, and changing the gearing and all the malarkey that you'd have to change and things like that. When don't forget, I think he's just pulling general on them as well. So I can't. You don't really need a V85, whatever. It would be nice to have, but I'm. Thank you, Matthew. Matthew sent us £4.99. Yeah, thanks, Matthew. 5 a.m. start. Have a good one, mate. He's a spit. Yeah, he is, isn't he? Lucky boy, eh? Just looks like me. Anthony Brown says hi, Bean. Say hi, Anthony.
Hi, Anthony.
Antonio, sorry. I can't see a thing. Quick, more questions. We're going. Murray's starting early as well. He's out there. Everybody's going to bed. Say hi to Tom.
Hi, Tom.
He needs a cowboy hat. He does, yes. We'll be sorting him out with some cowboy stuff. Definitely. You're pushing on me. What we're going to do, we're going to wash the truck.
Yeah, wash the truck.
And we're going to pack everything in there.
Yeah, pack everything in there.
Are you going to go trucking?
Yeah, go trucking.
And we're going to make it bean proof.
Yeah, bean proof.
Where are you sleeping? Are you sleeping on the little bed at top?
Yeah.
The bean bed. Yeah, so we'll probably the next video just probably be putting them up daily or something, what we're up to when we get down to Florida and I find out where we're reloading and stuff like that. Pick the kids up and pick the wife up rather than meet them at the hotel. It's going to be super fun. I say I should be there Sunday, Monday. Shouldn't we? So that's it. Oh, are we? Unless somebody's got quick questions. Cheers, Matt. No? Are we all done? Enjoy Disney? Yeah, it's going to be great. We've got outfits and all sorts of masks, and it's going to be crazy. She's got me dressed like a... I don't know what. And who do you want to see at Disneyland? Who do you want to see? Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse.
And you got to wash your hands?
Yeah, wash your hands.
Wash your bloody hands.
Yeah, wash our bloody hands.
Yeah, New Zealand. has a lot of European trucks, and they also have a lot of cab over Freightliners over there. My friend's out there driving one now. He's from Bristol. Babs, hi Babs. He's out there driving them. And stuff. Yeah, like I say, I'd like to thank everybody who's on contributed on the Buy Me a Coffee. That is absolutely lovely. And bollocks and two fingers up to the people who said a beggar turn for the coffees and things like that. Fuck you. I ain't really bothered. It costs a lot to buy different microphones and shit. So any contribution is nice. Thank you very much, Andy. Much is appreciated. And yeah, what I will say to the people who say asking for the money and stuff like that, if you don't like it, jog on. There's plenty of other things you can watch. So it's no skin off my nose, as they say. What a strange expression, isn't it, Bean? No skin off my nose.
No skin on your nose.
So stay safe. Thank you. Quick question. Somebody must have some questions. I know it's getting late. Who's ringing me? Oh, it's Adrian. I've got to go because everything's done. Cheers, guys. We'll catch you all later. Thanks very much. Much appreciate. Thanks. Oh, I can't turn you off. Bye. Go away. Stephen, send this off.
Well, now you've closed it.
Yeah. Watch out, come on, I've got to go see her.
What's your password?
I don't know, she wants.
Ugh.
Who locked the door?
Me. End stream. No, go away.